All right, here we go. OneTake Radio, April 24th. We got T.I., producer Reese, no B-Rider. He's helping his friend move today. He's had a big year. Mouse in the house, helping his friend move. B-Rider, we're praying for you. We miss you, big guy. Monster Sports Weekend. We had the Celtics and Red Sox. We had all of Boston 3-0 on Sunday. We had the Warriors tying it up. Let's start it off with producer Reese. There was a lot of noise in Stockton around the Davis-Garcia fight. What'd you have at that kickback on Saturday evening?
As the OTM first-hand correspondent out here in the Central Valley, it was the energy was palpable, electric. I went to my neighbor's kickback. They were already popping bottles out there. They already had like the carne asada going and stuff. So we were out there for a good half an hour or less. That's pretty much how long the fight lasted. It wasn't very exciting. None of the neighbors, they're all...
The Latino community must not have been very happy because
they weren't very happy.
Latinos in Stockton, they go hard. They got the carne asada going. They got the grills going. T.I. has the big green egg over there in Oakland. But that was a little bit of a tough showing, especially after that. Even from the second round onward, it was not looking good for Garcia.
Sad, really. Yeah, it was disappointing for all my neighbors here. So that's what I got for you. There could be better reactions perhaps later on following the summer with the Diaz-Jake Paul fight. So we'll see.
Whoa.
I'll get back to you on that.
Nate Diaz was in the news as well, but we'll get to that one. T.I., what'd you have on the fight? I didn't think it was like people were hyping up. It's like, oh, there's a fight to save boxing. This is a super fight. I didn't see it that way. Maybe it's because it's the fact that it's, to me, T.I.'s gonna say, oh, he's the old man, talking like the fucking whatchamacallits from what's that little cartoon there back in the day, producer Reese? The womp guys. But since HBO boxing is gone,
yeah, it sucks.
It's like there's no central spot. Now it's like DAZN and Showtime. It's just not as good. But I thought it was an interesting fight. What's his name? Just like wasn't even ready for
because he's not fucking good. That's the issue. It's the TikTok, dude. It's all these the kids on social media, bro. It's more about being a social media star than an athlete. Unfortunately,
for sure,
right?
For sure.
Like Gervonta whooped his fucking ass, bro. It was an ass beating. I don't think we Dan, you tell me if I'm wrong. For the amount of hype that fight was getting, when's the last time they've tried to hype a fight up like that and it's literally just been such a fucking one-sided flop?
I think I had it 57-56 for, if I remember, producer Reese might have to take up the Twitter. I had the same score as Dan Rayfield after 6 rounds. Credit to me, boxing journalist on the side as well as media mogul, no big deal. It wasn't like anytime they engaged, it was definitely clearly that Gervonta Davis was significantly stronger, but I don't know. I can't remember a fight like that where it's been just I guess the hype train that they tried to force it to be that it just wasn't. So I don't know.
He's talking shit online the whole time. I think that's part of it too. And also Ryan Garcia, I think he's a prominent TikTok guy if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Cunningham.
There's a huge
Cunningham knows Ryan Garcia for TikTokers. He's all hyped on it because of the TikTok angle. So that kind of sums up I think the current state of boxing if you want to, right? Maybe I'm being a bit pessimistic, but the fact that fucking TikTok rules the game, I don't know.
It's a good point because it's that's where so much of the promotional capital is going these days, and I guess with the Jake Paul, kind of becoming in a lot of ways the biggest draw in boxing in the last 2 to 3 years. I don't think that's that outlandish of a statement. Who else is even selling pay-per-views anymore? I don't. It's
Fury
kind
of Fury Wilder was the last great trilogy, right? Or even last great series that argue in boxing. The issue is that some of the best fighters don't really have a platform. Who's that Ukrainian guy?
And that's their argument, and it is a strong argument. I hope that they can find a way to get the dudes that are actually putting in the work from the time that they're fucking. And not to say that Ryan Garcia hasn't. He's just super young. There's a huge difference. I didn't realize that Tank Davis was 5 years older than him. There's a huge difference between a 23-year-old and a 28-year-old. Even if they're the same size, even if they're the same weight, more or less. And then Ryan Garcia did come down to 136, if I'm not mistaken. Right? He normally fights at 140.
Yeah.
So. There was I think it was, and he was just super tight the whole time. If you're here, I said this to producer Reese before, if you're, in boxing, you want to have the loose shoulder. He was like this the whole fucking time, even when he was landing a couple left hooks.
He got checked, and he's like, oh, fuck, this is a grown, to your point, this is a grown man.
That second round face shot was brutal, man. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, the second round, he was closing the gap that second round, but then, after getting knocked down, he was a little bit tighter, but he was still controlling the pace in some rounds. Then that last shot, a lot of people are saying, oh, it was a crazy liver shot.
Yeah.
To me, it really wasn't. I think it was just him kind of.
He could have got back up. I think he could have got back up.
You can't.
I think it was just. It was just a no mas. It was a no mas situation.
I hate that guy because he said, I don't speak Spanish, but I got that Mexican blood in me," or some stupid fucking quote of him. He takes that shot and he could clearly get up, and he's just like, "No, I don't want to do this." And that was I've never seen, bro. Some of us fools would fucking fight until. How many times you watch Eric Morales just fucking get punished and keep coming back? That's Mexican style. That fool doesn't fight Mexican style as much as he wants to say. That's not it. It's not true.
Bro,
he's about as Mexican as I am. We have the same color hair. Like, we look pretty similar, I'd argue. Like, as far as, like, me claiming and him claiming, he's a fucking clown, bro. You should go back to TikTok. Fights suck.
Yeah.
I like Gervonta. He's a cool guy. Also, you were the one who said him and Floyd got beat. Floyd was there, wasn't he? Are you sure he's not on the
I didn't say they had beef. I said that he no longer works with them promotionally. So it was
confirmed?
Mayweather Promotions.
Because I saw Floyd there after the
No, they're still boys, though. They're still boys. Like, Floyd is still on,
got it.
you know, Team Tank. But, yeah, they're not working together collaboratively anymore at this point. I as far as fights, I don't know, maybe... I know that HBO tried to hype up a few, like, heavyweights back in the day, like, before...
I mean, one of the Pybos ones, the rest of the production was so solid.
Yeah.
I think the bigger issue to your point about the platform thing, too, is now that it's decentralized with DAZN and Showtime, like, there's no prominent force. Like, who's even on the calls? And who's on the calls on DAZN and Showtime?
Who's on the call? I mean, it's more Ronaldo and then Al Bernstein. They normally do... I mean, Mauro Ranallo came from, like, a what? He came from, like, wrestling and, like, MMA, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And then Al Bernstein's had a pretty good career. They had Paulie Malignaggi for a while, who I actually liked as an analyst, but then he's kind of, like, weird to have you. So I don't know who's doing their color commentary these days. And then DAZN is just an absolute...
I thought they went to Funk or something, but whatever. I mean, it's not a boxing... I think there's enough...
Then they got Al Heyman. They were trying to do the PBC, Premier Boxing Champions. Then they're like, ESPN was involved. And, you know, it's just very, very confusing these days. You got to have a home base. You got to have... Where's Jim Lampley? We need Jim Lampley back. And the fact that Fury and Usyk have not been able to come to terms, that's shameful, really. I mean, it's like, what are we doing, boys? 70-30 split? Like, that's a relatively fair deal. We got to figure this one out. I mean... So, anywho, yeah, not a great state, not a great weekend there as far as boxing is concerned, in my opinion. But Canelo May 5th, he's fighting like some Irish guy, if I'm not mistaken, right, Ti?
I'm not a big Canelo guy, but like I wouldn't surprise you now.
That's like the next.
I don't like. Well, he is. But wait, what? Reese, shut up. Anyway, I thought he was gonna fight that dude again. I thought he was like adamant on getting a rematch of the guy beating.
Well, he and Bivol fought last Cinco de Mayo weekend, since that's it's usually Mexican Independence Day and then Cinco de Mayo weekend. But I don't think he wants to fight Bivol again. Bivol is a problem, bro.
I thought he was like, I'm doing it. Like whether I thought he was saying whether people. Well, obviously he's not now. So I mean, that's me. I didn't even know he was fucking fighting.
They might fight in September. But it would have to be at 168. There's no way he's going to fight him again at 175.
Yeah.
Canelo got super cocky. He took down like Sergey Kovalev after Sergey Kovalev was like slugging 3 pints of vodka a night and thought he was like a fucking Goliath. But and then Canelo was talking about fighting at heavyweight. Did you hear that? After he beat like before the Bivol fight, he was going to fight some dude in Africa at like 200 pounds or something. He thought he was fucking like he thought he was Atlas or some shit. Like he's gonna fight Andy Ruiz. Yeah, Mexican on Mexican violence. Anyway, we've gone a little bit too long in this segment. Let's move the ball forward. Massive weekend. Warriors, Kings, huge game. 4-win for the hometown Warriors on Sunday. Ti, I was watching it at Balboa Cafe. It was hyped. Ti was gonna give me shit for hanging out in the marina, but Steph Curry a little bit of a late game blunder. But they came back and still got the job done. Ti 2-2 going into Game 5. I thought it was going to be a 7-game series from the start. What's your take overall?
No. So again, if we remember, I did pull the panic button out, but I never pressed it. It's just I actually
you never pressed it. I know you pulled it out.
Put it away in the drawer. I think it was almost just like an urgency tactic at that point. I mean, let's be honest. That game shouldn't have been that game was weird. It shouldn't have been that close yesterday. I felt like Sacramento.
Yeah, the Warriors didn't have that knockout punch. I was very surprised.
Yeah,
the whole time.
They had like even the Steph shot he missed like that. The announcer was like, "And here's the dagger," and he fucking missed it back ram right like at the last. That was right before the whole timeout of him. The fucking the made 3 and like him missing.
Yeah, De'Aaron Fox made that 3.
Yeah, well, De'Aaron Fox's finger is fractured now, so where I'm going.
Right, you just broke that news here. I don't know the story on that. What happened? Is it his pinky finger? Is it shooting hand? If it's his non-shooting hand, he can still play. If it's his right hand, but if it's like his
said it's like
pointer finger, middle finger here.
I'll try to find the article of what. I mean, it was to where it's like his thing is in question. De'Aaron Fox has fractured finger. Star expected to be listed as doubtful for Game 5 against Warriors per sources via Athletic earlier today. 6 hours.
He has 3 days. He has 3 days to recover. In theory, he had today, tomorrow, and then Wednesday. In Sacramento
for something that fast.
You can tape it up and play. I mean, Kobe played with a broken finger, so again, it's just going to kind of come down to his pain tolerance. It's not like life-threatening, nor is it really career-ending. It's like it is a finger, so if you can tough it out, you can play it. If he's doubtful, though, that means he's probably not going to play. So if he doesn't play, I don't know who's going to carry the load for fucking Malik Monk, the Harrison Barnes. If Harrison Barnes comes back to home, even you know what. The Kings really fucking deserve it because he stinks. And watching him brick that 3 was fucking epic. Everyone talks shit about Steph Curry's defense.
That was a good look. I thought
it was a good look.
But
the way Curry's defense at the end, I thought was pretty. He was playing De'Aaron Fox. They double him with Draymond, and a great pass from De'Aaron Fox, Harrison Barnes with a phenomenal look. And Steph still closed out and essentially contested a shot a bit, although he did miss back iron. Like, I mean, there was a couple inches from being off. But, dude, Harrison Barnes knocking out, that would have ended the Warriors dynasty right then and there. If that motherfucker, he's burned me a couple times gambling-wise, and if had he, like, stuck that final dagger in me yesterday, I'd have been fucking pissed. Anyway.
Is there beef? Is there beef between him? Because he was obviously, like, part of the first title run.
I don't know. When he left, no. Because remember he went to Dallas, I think. Dude, if I were him, do you remember how he got traded?
They gave him a shit ton of money. What's his name? I think he got signed as a free agent. He didn't get traded, did he?
No, he just left. He went to Dallas.
Yeah, after 16.
What I'm saying is, do you remember how he got traded from Dallas to the Kings? In the middle of the game? You don't remember how they told him on the bench? Vaguely. It was like he was playing, and they're like, hey, and he was like all rattled by that. So,
I can't traded tell. In the middle of the game?
Yeah.
Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Wow.
On the Mavs to the Kings.
Especially because, like, the Kings, 3 years ago were relative obscurity. I think he's been there for, 2 or 3 years? So credit to him for kind of being part of the rebuild.
He was there the year before COVID.
He's actually got a great career. Credit to Harrison Barnes.
He's not a bum. I like Harrison Barnes, but I can't tell. It feels like he's playing with animosity. I don't blame him, but, I don't really know why. Kurt has high praise for him. I'm just joking when I say, dude, if he does fuck me, that will piss me off because, it's like, dude, are you the ghosts of, Warriors past coming back to haunt us? Right. You may as well fucking... I don't know.
It's like Steven Jackson hitting the game-winning 3 for the Kings, what have you.
Yeah, that would be it's just bad.
Coming back from retirement for one game.
So, Warriors at 6, I think is very well on the table. If they win tomorrow, it's fucking over. I'm going to tell you about right now, we're not going to lose a clinching game in Chase. They haven't lost a clinching game in Chase in the history of Chase because there haven't been that many. If they win tomorrow, it's that simple. It's like case closed and shut. Then we got to look. The more exciting matchup tips off in about half an hour. Ja Morant battling through an injured hand. He dropped 40 of an injured hand when they were down 36. So the Lakers totally stopped trying. Ja was able to get points. He feels better. My friend who's a Grizzly fan feels better about it. Everyone feels better.
He was able to get points. Ja loves his feelings. Demetrius loves his feelings. Right? Okay, that was actually funny. Next topic on LeBron actually made me kind of like him. Sneaky. He actually had kind of a funny press conference there, if I'm not mistaken, when he was like him and Anthony Davis. He was almost funny when he had the reporter asked him about Ja's performance, and then he kind of made fun of the fact that he got dominated the whole game and then scored a ton of points in garbage time, and then also made an allusion to his old performance back when he scored 29 out of 30 points against the Pistons in the 07 Eastern Conference Finals.
Basketball-wise, Ja Morant had 22 straight points in the fourth quarter. What are you guys going to do to make sure he doesn't do that again in Game 4?
You heard the same?
That boy is good. I mean, he's good. I mean, he's so good at attacking the rim that you want to try to keep bodies in front of him, make him try to live on the perimeter.
It was almost funny, T.I. It was very close, and the fact that Dylan Brooks was so unlikable that he made me root for LeBron over the weekend was a bit of a historic moment. So
that's huge, bro.
Producer Reese, I don't know if you got anything to add there as a big LeBron guy, as a big man of lies, and a reformed man of truth.
Last weekend about Ja Morant. It was why does Ja Morant want to be from the hood so bad? I thought it was hilarious. I don't know. It was just basically talking about he came from, I guess, he acts like he comes from the streets, but he really didn't. I guess he has a loving family. He's got an education. They're just making fun of him for the fact that he's pulling up to strip clubs, armed, with a gun. I thought it was funny, so I could drop a link from that, boys, if you guys want to check it out.
Yeah, T.I., what do you got on Demetrius going into? It's Game 4 now, right? I mean, this is pretty much a must-win game for Memphis.
It's a must-win game. Yeah, I mean, you go down.
If they want to have any semblance of maintaining their dynasty, this is a must-win game for.
It is. The dynasty's on the ropes. The dynasty's on the ropes. I have one buddy who, not to be named, who's a big Grizzlies fan, and his attitude changes by the hour. He was legit we're back. We're gonna win Monday. We're back because Ja Morant. He's he scored 45. Whatever, dude. I'm happy for him. I think anytime you score 45 on prime time, that's awesome. That's another trophy in his mantle. He'll be very proud of that. He did say, when he hurt his hand, it's sad because he's been through a lot this season. Everything he's been through has been self-inflicted, but I do understand he's battling a lot. He needs to learn how to control his stress better. Me too. Obviously, my actions last weekend proved that as well. So I'm rooting for the guy. Dylan Brooks, too. He's an awesome guy. He said he doesn't understand why he's being made out to be a villain. I get that, too. I don't quite know when you behave like that, why anyone would treat you like that. I mean, he's such an upstanding guy. So, yeah, he's
an upstanding guy, yeah. He's a victim. That's sad.
It is bullshit that he didn't get suspended. The fact
for the nut shot? Yeah, that's true. I mean,
matters.
They're throwing around. Yeah, I guess it's the history with Draymond there. I suppose the argument that they would make. So,
and that's stupid, but that's whatever. Dude, he's back now. Doesn't matter. He's coming off the bench too, which is an excellent, selfless decision by him. So, hey, I'm excited to tune into the Grizzlies. I'm praying for him. I'm rooting for him. I may buy a John Morant jersey, or I may buy a Dylan Brooks jersey just to fucking troll at this point and like wear it on the next show if I can get it back.
I thought you were gonna expense a jersey to OneTakeMedia.com. Producer Reese, our CFO, was waiting for the finance.
The Draymond thing? Well, dude, because I said if they went down 3-0, I would.
have.
If they went down 3-0, I was gonna go to the game 4 of the Draymond jersey and like fucking. If it'd be a bet that it's his last game here, but the article came out today. They want to bring him back, so I guess they're gonna try and find a way to make it work. So. Who knows? But
if you want to expense a jersey, I'm willing to take a pay cut for that, buddy. Just let me know.
Oh.
Well, just wait till if the Grizzlies lose and I have a Dylan Brooks jersey may go on sale. So we'll wait and see. Like what's? I mean, they're already on sale.
I feel like he's gonna get thrown out of town if they lose the first round series. That would be shameful. All right, moving forward. Yeah, Boston dominated 3-0 Sunday. Celtics look pretty good, doing what they do. Happy birthday, Bill Belichick. We appreciate you. More news from the AFC East. It was like last week. We missed it by a week, but happy birthday to him. Legend of the game. One of producer Reese's great idols, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. He has a Bill Belichick poster over his bed. He's producer Reese has one of those race car beds.
Dan has a whole shrine. Dan has a whole shrine in his apartment building.
Producer Reese has a race car bed with Bill Belichick over it. That's Stockton, California, baby. Aaron Rodgers trade. So it's official today. Breaking news: the Jets have Aaron Rodgers. I think they go 9-8. Patriots 12-5 win the division. Bailey Zappi, T.I., what do you got on your boy Rodgers going across the country to New York?
I'll talk about Aaron Rodgers, but if this goes into like Patriots talk and like Mac, I'm gonna hang up the Zoom call, so I'm just gonna tell you about it right now. So I'll go write emails.
No promises, brother. No promises. It's not Mac Jones. It's Bailey Zappi,
I'd rather go write emails than listen to anything about that. To just be very candid, and then you miss a whole fucking post show of my Beal Farm. The trade, right? Like what? So the Packers
highway robbery, right? It looks like
they didn't look very good. I'm like trying to be positive, like, oh, you have a 15 pick, dude. Like, I feel like the Pack kind of got. Well, who do you think? I think the Pack didn't get the best haul. Am I crazy there, or am I?
No, you're not crazy at all. I was looking at it, and I thought it was like a mistake. I was like,
same.
They moved down 2 spots. I was like, they didn't get a player. They didn't get a young player. They didn't get like one of those. I actually don't know the Jets roster all that well, but I know they always have a stud defensively. Like,
they do. They have a good defense. I mean, they didn't go after and the Pack. I mean, I guess the Packers felt they were good enough on defense, and I don't know. It's weird. They've drafted okay, to be fair, so I guess they value just more picks. But, like, man, like, for Rodgers, who, like...
It's Aaron Rodgers, bro. Like,
I mean, hate him or love him, he's going to be a Hall of Famer, right? Like, that's the reality of it. So, like, they must feel he's just in the twilight of his career. I don't fucking know. I do think, and I know you're going to disagree with this, like, and you're going to do the whole stupid shit I hate where it's like, it's a franchise, it doesn't matter who they have. But, like, that defense last year, if I'm not mistaken, we got to check, was a top 10 defense in the NFL. I'm like, fuck, dude. They won all those games.
For the Jets or for...
The Jets. The Jets. We're talking about the Jets. Yeah. And with Zach Wilson, they did all that, right? And they were like, and that other fool who played with a broken rib or whatever, I forgot his name.
They were what? They were 5-2. Like they're not like a.
No, they're not bad.
It's just what the Jets do though. Like I'm gonna say the franchise thing.
So then I'll just say. I mean like they do have a legitimate chance. Who's their OC? Did they change OC or anything? I guess it's not the OC. I guess
they brought in Nathaniel Hackett, right? They brought in the guy from Denver to be their offensive coordinator to bring because he was the old offensive coordinator at Green Bay to bring in Aaron.
Yeah. I hope he's a better coordinator than coach. I don't know. I mean, your division just got a lot tougher. Like any way you slice the cake, right? Like it's a pretty stout division now. So we'll see if they can disrupt like the AFC West multiple wildcard teams. I don't know. TBD. I think they get 2. Yep. I think the AFC West still gets 2. I'm still high on the Chargers. So, yeah, man. I don't know. I think the Packers kind of got fleeced. That's if I were to summarize it, that would be it.
I think so. I don't really understand a lot of their front office workings in there. I mean, the fact that they don't have an owner is still kind of weird to me.
Well, did the fans decide it? The shareholders decide? Were they just like, all right?
I don't know how this shit works, man.
Dude,
I don't know
what if they did
but they always seem to go like super cheap. Like, they never seem to like. I mean, they're just a consistent franchise, but they don't actually win. Like, they kind of have a little bit of New England Patriots in them, but they, like, don't actually win Super Bowls. At least, like, they win one every 20 years. I mean, unless you want to talk, going back to the Bart Starr era when, like, his greatest play was quarterback sneaking it in, like, the fucking 1967, what have you. So I don't really understand the lack of aggression from their front office there. I think they had a great opportunity. And they blew it, Producer Reese. They didn't meet the moment, Producer Reese. They didn't meet it.
Sad.
What are we doing?
Dude, the shareholders should have gotten a vote on that trade. Because, like, you can, like, buy shares of the Green Bay Packers. That would have been electric.
I have no idea how that works. I have no idea. How does that work?
It's like a stock.
I know, but it's just like, but still. So, say I buy one share. Can you just have, I mean, I know that, if you own stock, what have you, you can, in theory, like, make decisions, but it's like at the same time, or vote on decisions. For an NFL franchise, I have no idea how it works.
It's electric. They have an issue with stock.
All right, a couple rapid fire ones here. Clutch Player of the Year for De'Aaron Fox. That's like that's a completely made up award.
Madden curse. The new Madden curse.
Weird made up award. I don't know why the NBA is like making up awards now. I feel like they've done that a couple times. I can't think of any off the top of my head but they're like renaming awards, which I like. I think they had one for Bill Russell, R.I.P. the GOAT, University of San Francisco, just down the road.
Tony Bautista.
Yeah, that's right, producer Reese. I think they might have had one for. I think they renamed Coach of the Year. They had because Eastern Conference and Western Conference, best player from the finals gets a new award. But Clutch Player of the Year, like how do you judge that? It's a little bit odd. So I thought that was a weird one. I don't know if you got anything on that. If not, we can just move on.
De'Aaron Fox it's been Madden. We'll see, dude. So the first year we have it, the guy gets. If it is his first year, he got hurt. So track that, and let's come back to this in the year or two. That's all I have to say.
Let's come back to this in a year.
I'm praying for his finger.
Yeah, because you don't want the Warriors don't want this to be
whatever. I don't care.
It's
the same. No, there's no asterisk. It's just they did the same shit last year. It was like, oh well, Ja Morant didn't play and blah blah blah. It's like whatever, dude. I don't give a shit.
That's a good point. Yeah, you can't.
I don't fucking care. It doesn't matter. Like, dude, the title. Like you have to get lucky to win a title. People who never won a title.
100%. Dude, health is a huge part of it, dude. Yeah, you can't hold that against anybody. All right, A's moving to Vegas. A's producer Reese, as a guy who wears the A's hat. T.I., what's happening to your city of Oakland right now? They're losing the Raiders. They're losing the Oakland Athletics. There's no one going to games. It's just like
until the reverse boycott. Until the reverse boycott, then we're going to show up.
The reverse boycott in a couple of weeks could be electric. I don't even know if they're going to do that anymore because I feel like now that they're clearly moving, like, does the reverse boycott even make sense? Maybe there will be more people going to games.
Is that where people go to the Coliseum? Like,
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a date. It's like June 12th or something like that. There's like a night game against.
I texted my old boss. I think my old boss is like a legitimate A's fan, and I was like, "Dude, you want to go to that?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm down." And he's like, "Wait, actually, we're taking my daughter's swim team. That's going to be our night. So you guys better buy tickets now because that may be the most anticipated A's game, regular season game in franchise history."
Could happen.
See ya. I don't know, man. I'm kind of pumped that the traffic by Jack London's not going to get worse. That stadium would have been a disaster, dude. They suck. They don't win a wild card. My dog won't shut the fuck up. And then they suck, dude. So fucking, I don't know. See you, bro. Like,
what is the city of Oakland going to do with these empty stadiums now? They got an empty.
They do concerts at Oracle. They do concerts at Oracle. I don't know what's going to happen at the Coliseum though. To be honest, state high school football, De La Salle, fucking packing the Coliseum. I don't know.
Is De La Salle in Oakland? No, I thought they're
in Martinez.
Modern Day's the big one. Oh, they're in Martinez. Okay, De La Salle. Yeah, they're a huge program.
Yeah, they're huge. Dude.
Okay.
MJD went there, didn't he? Reese Jones-Drew went to De La Salle.
Yeah, a lot of people have gone to De La Salle. A lot of people have gone to those are like the two. I mean, I knew those programs in Massachusetts when I was like 12 years old, and like Modern Day and De La Salle were like the two that you just knew from California.
My buddy Pete, he also went to De La Salle. He pitched a Butler Big East Player of the Week back in like 2014 or something. Electric guy.
That's huge. Credit to him.
He sells software, but he was Big East Player of the Week.
It's huge.
He went to De La Salle.
Electric.
Okay, all right. I thought there was going to be a little bit. I thought you were going to add a little bit more there, but no. Credit to Pete. That's outstanding. I didn't know Butler was in the Big East for baseball. That's news to me.
Yeah, remember Big East for basketball.
Last one. Frank Ocean at Coachella. He just like didn't play. Apparently, he just like kind of showed up. It was like the biggest. He like hadn't played a concert in 5 years, and he just like didn't. He just didn't play. They apparently, I didn't actually see any footage, but they like played songs like of his. He just like didn't show up. I thought it was an unbelievable move. Producer Reese, as a big music festival guy, I don't know what you got on Frank Ocean at Coachella, but then he like wasn't invited back to weekend 2. So I thought it was a bit of an interesting move.
I mean, if it was me who was there at Coachella, I personally wouldn't care. I don't even really know any of his songs besides that one that we used in Best Gear, one of the old revisions.
I
think it was Lost.
Speaking of Best Gear.
That was a good,
Lost, yeah, that's right, because we were tracking the KT lift. T.I. is a big KT22 lift guy for the record. T.I. is a big KT guy.
I did it one time. Not very well, but I do think I can do it better now. I'm excited.
You could do it better now. Yeah, that's outstanding. Yeah, so Frank Ocean, maybe next time Frank Ocean is in concert. Maybe we can, he's gonna maybe for when we have our massive concert at San Francisco State in 3 years.
One take
a palooza. We can sign him because he's tarnished his name. All right, good work, boys. That was electric. Yeah, the Best Gear on the Mountain came out yesterday, producer Reese. That was a labor of that was our first real project at OneTakeMedia.com, and picked it up, put it down a couple times, and it came out, and I thought it was it was watchable. It was watchable.
I mean,
it was watchable.
The people seem to like it.
I just for me, it's like I don't know. Anytime I see myself in that circumstance, I cringe a little bit just because it's me, but at the same time, I don't know. You're like so focused on it, so you can't really tell if it's good or not, or what's funny.
You ripped some sick lines, dude. You ripped some sick lines. You were good at writing that year. So that was someone watching.
I know. I would be I would be much better now if I didn't destroy my knee. So
you know what's
yeah,
funny?
hopefully
It's like the same shit of all ski videos. Versus, I was watching that. I'm like, dude, I feel like I could do that now. Then I'm like, actually, no, I fucking definitely couldn't. Like, it just doesn't look steep from a GoPro. It doesn't, like, unless you've actually been there and know like how steep some of those runs you were doing was.
That's what
Like,
Dan keeps
yeah.
telling me, dude. Like,
nah,
he says,
dude,
like,
it's
the moment I see it,
it's
like, I'll shit
fucking
my
legit,
pants, bro.
dude. It's very scary, like 1,000%. Like even KT22, like the easiest way down is like I wouldn't call
Really?
like a cakewalk. Yeah, it's a little challenging for sure, especially if you're not great at mobiles. So. Yeah, dude, that was sick, Dan. That was pretty cool. I like how you also kept like you falling. I appreciate it wasn't just good shit because I mean, like, dude, it looked pretty sick even when you were falling. And luckily, with I remember when you went, if I'm not mistaken, like that was the only good time of the year. I feel like when most of that was filmed that one year. It was when I came up. I mean, it was like a couple of days before I came up and I skied with you that one time. They had like that little mini blizzard, if I'm not mistaken, right? Because this was like 2 years ago.
Wait,
Yeah,
was
so
TI
we
in the
fi-
footage? I don't remember that. I don't.
No,
No, so yeah, it was actually filmed over a very small window because like that year, that
It sucked.
2021 year was when I started to like really push myself, get good. I started reading Squallywood and like learning about the mountain and learning like the game and R and stuff. And then Ti and I went once, but I didn't like have a GoPro. I was just like kind of going and then I bought the GoPro in like March. And then once I had that, I was like, oh shit, now I have to like do cool shit. So I just started like jumping off shit and just push myself a little bit more to get better. Yeah, I mean, there was more to I mean, yeah. So it was originally supposed to be like an hour, but that was just way too long. We trimmed it down. Yeah, it was even more than that. It was like we wanted to have an actual storyline. So the storyline was like, this guy thinks he's hot shit.
Dude. That was, and I thought it was gonna be a story. So like, I was kind of like watching this was cool, but it just was like ski footage. I thought it was gonna be a movie.
Well, you didn't think there was an actual plot?
It lacks central plot.
Do you think so?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe it was that you sold it to me as a movie, so I was just a little bit like my expectations weren't appropriate.
Okay.
yeah, I think that's probably fair. I think I probably sold it as more of like the first thing I called it was like a documentary. It's really like an extended video. It's not a documentary. It's just like the goal was just like kind of play with the idea of like what does it mean to be the best skier on the mountain and like show and kind of take in the ideas from shit that I picked up from like Squallywood and Game of Nar, and then also like see how that was integrated from just a guy who didn't really know much about it before, and like can that person become the best? Like even if it's just for a moment, even if it's just for a split second in time, can it be achieved? And then also like kind of the San Francisco element to it and the San Francisco Tahoe element. So that was kind of what we were going for. I don't know if that came through.
I think you probably would have not liked it at all without any of the narrations that Dan did, Ti. Because like I think the narrations helped a lot in terms of like making it into a story.
Yeah, the goal was to move the ball forward. So it's like guy talks a bunch of shit, gets humbled, learns from the book again, goes back to his Bible, and then has some success, and then the video, the movie ends. That was the basic plot line.
Yeah, I think you should have kept it longer, dude. I don't know, it's good. I liked it. For what it's worth. I'm not. I mean, it was good, dude. What do you want me to fucking say? Just could have used more
what we're going for. All right.
That's all.
Hey, we'll take it from Ti. I mean, yeah, it's the first hack at proper original content. Ti is a tough critic, and he kind of hates me. So the fact that we got you did good from Ti means a lot. What else? Yeah, Emilio kind of body bagged you in the Discord the other day.
I don't think
he
he did. I just think he just doesn't.
That was it's
he's not gonna ever give you shit. And I was trying to like give him a platform to give you shit. I don't really think that was a dig. I didn't take that as a dig at me. So
a little bit of a dig. It's all right.
You should just push back a bit more. You should push
that in. I'll put a picture in it of the the Discord interaction there. See what the people think.
Yeah, see what the people think. No, I think it was just Emilio. Emilio can push back on me. He pushes back on me at times. No, I can't remember what I said. I just said I miss him. I miss my guy Emilio, but sometimes he just has to go and do Emilio things, right? Producer Reese knows these things. He needs to go and he needs to do shopping, take care of his dogs, get his mind right for future shoots, future content, what have you. So sometimes he just disappears for 2 or 3 weeks on end, and then he comes back with a vengeance. He might tell a few fibs, he might tell a fib or two, and then he's back in full steam ahead.
Expected at this point, yeah.
Last one, producer Reese could not stay off the weed at 420.
Stay off the weed!
That was outstanding. Could not stay off the weed, and there were talks that you dominated the dance floor at Golden Gate Park.
Credit to my performance, it's credit to my lungs, actually. None of it's on camera, but, and most of it was secondhand smoke, too. But, I think I dominated the gritty as well, so I think...
Yeah, dominated the gritty.
There will be maybe footage of that, as well as Dan's dance moves as well.
Whoa.
Maybe he got, dropped a little producer Reese type of moves in there,
Whoa.
Tucking body weight, side curl, handstand, okay. Dan's hitting the gritty.
Whoa.
But he hit it in reverse in the video, though, so that was a little
That's
bit cooler.
facts.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. That was electric. T.I., how's that feel? Parm last night? It was good?
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's good. Parm's a little bit tougher making chicken, but like it wasn't bad. I just wish I didn't make enough sauce, to be honest. I just like honestly.
Do you make your own sauce for that? If you make your own sauce, that'd be very
I do.
impressive. I've always wanted to do
I
that.
do.
I just don't have the patience.
Yeah.
Really? That's impressive.
But I don't buy jarred pasta sauce.
Yep.
So if I make
Yeah,
pasta,
I'm a Philistine. I do. So
I'm not hating on it. I mean, like I give the convenience of it, but now, like everything, any pasta I make, it's not coming from a jar. I refuse to eat that. So
yeah, it's funny because I used to make chicken parm, but the last time I made it, it was just the sauce was like it was too sweet. It wasn't good enough. So I think I haven't made it in like well over a year because of that. So I guess
I'll send that to you. Yeah.
I'm kind of in a rock and a hard place where it's like I don't have the patience to make a sauce, but at the same time like I'm not going to buy one, so I just don't do it anymore. It's sad.